Here she comes into the harbour, our beautiful girl, the Disney Wonder. It's been a bit rainy this morning. Good morning, Dustin. Thanks for joining us. That is the Disney Wonder ahead of me back in the heads in Sydney. I'm hoping everyone can hear me this morning. Let me know if you can, Dustin. It is just me and the seagulls and the Wonder and a couple of early morning joggers this morning. But here comes our girl, rain or shine, she's coming. She is coming. It'll be interesting to see if anyone's on deck this morning. She's just coming back from a wonderful New Year's cruise. So I can tell you from experience that is an absolutely magical cruise. And here she comes into the harbour now, all lit up and looking beautiful this morning. Very, very still, and it feels like it stopped raining. So I'm going to put my umbrella down and feels a lot better, and I'll keep it at the ready because it's been on and off this morning. Let me tell you, it has been on and off. But there she is in all her glory, coming towards us, our girl, the Disney Wonder. Good morning to everyone in Sydney and around Australia and around the world for that matter, who watches the live streams. I know it's very early, so I don't expect many of you should I say, to be on this morning, but however, I know that there's going to be a watch back and you guys can see the stream later. But as usual, it's so silent in the harbour this time of morning, and she never seems to make any noise at all when she slips in, that's for sure. But there she is. Our beautiful girl this morning. Ooh, almost noon in the US. Yep, that would be about right, yeah. 6 hours in front of us the day before. Hope your New Year's was a good one over in the US. Saw on our news a couple of terrible things that happened over New Year's Eve morning, New Year's Day morning. I'm terribly sorry to hear all that news over the last couple of days. But let's focus on what is beautiful and what is in front of me, and that is the Wonder. As she slips back into Sydney Harbour, as usual, we've missed you. And there's some excited passengers ready to get on this afternoon. Go down to Eden for a 3-night return cruise, round trip, should I say. And it can't decide whether it wants to rain or not here in Sydney, but it looks like we're going to get a bit of a sunrise anyway, peeking through those clouds, those dark clouds. We've had a bit of a rain here this morning. We haven't had any rain for many days here in Sydney. It's supposed to be summer, but this morning it's decided to have a little bit of a drizzle. So not much wind, but just a few dops of rain. And I think it's time to put my umbrella up again. It started to rain again. Now, guys, I will move again. She goes behind the island there when she gets a bit closer. And we'll have a look and see if we can see people on board this morning. 3 of you online now. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here in Sydney. So if you're in Australia, I know it's can be difficult to get up that time of morning, especially if you're on holidays. If you're on holidays for the Christmas break. It's snowing there. Preparing you for the Alaskan cruise in May. Wow, what a contrast. We've got a little bit of rain here, but at the same time it's still 19-20 degrees Celsius. Not sure what that is in your Fahrenheit, but I would say it'd be about 60-70, something like that. Look at her girl, looking beautiful as usual this morning, all lit up as she is at this time of morning. And if you're new here, we will not hear the Mickey horn this morning. It is too early in the morning and there is a curfew for her to blow the horn in Sydney here. But we will be doing a live stream this afternoon, which is always a lot more popular because you guys are awake. A lot of people are awake in Sydney. But yeah, she will blow her horn there. She's going into overseas passenger terminal this morning, which is right behind me at the moment. Once she docks there, she'll be there all day, taking on passengers to go to a round trip down to Eden for a 3-night cruise. And the seagulls, as usual, looking for their Mickey waffles this morning. As soon as she gets close, they're all vocal because they're all thinking about grabbing one of those Mickey waffles from the top deck, I'm sure. At least that's what I think they're saying anyway. There she is as she gets a little closer and closer to us. Looking beautiful this morning. Looking beautiful even in the rain. So you're waiting for the Wonder to come over so you can go off in oh, there goes one across the screen. So you're waiting for the Wonder to come back so you can go off in May on a magical Alaskan cruise. Definitely on my bucket list to go on one of those Alaskan cruises. Would be absolutely beautiful. Here comes our girl, flanked by tugboats as usual this morning, and she's going into overseas passenger terminal, which is a real delight for everyone on board. They get to sit in Sydney Harbour and look at the great view that's in there. Most of the time she's going under the bridge and going over to White Bay, so it's surely a pleasure to see her come into Circular Quay amongst the Sydney Harbour Bridge and Opera House and all the sights and sounds of the middle of the city of Sydney. Always amazes me how quiet everything is when she comes in. There doesn't seem to be any engine noise or anything like that. When she gets closer, we'll be able to see if there's anyone up on deck. And when she gets gets past me, I will walk down to the other side so you can see her go right into the dock. All lit up this morning, and I'm wondering if there's anyone out on deck with this rain But I tell you what, it's only drizzling and you wouldn't want to miss this beautiful sailing to, might I say, the best harbour in the world. Best harbour in the world aboard one of the best cruise ships in the world, the Disney Wonder. And up there at the front of the ship, there's a glass area you can stand behind, which is undercover, which I always found to be the spot when it's windy or raining coming in. Oh, this never gets old, does it? Watching a girl come in. Yeah, looks like there is some people up on the deck, Dustin, I think. Not as many as normal. It was pretty much a sellout, this cruise. Very popular to go away for New Year's Eve. They had double fireworks in Hobart because they had 9 o'clock fireworks in port from land in Hobart, and then they went out to sea and had fireworks at sea as well. So very, very beautiful to go down to Hobart. Of course, she was supposed to go to Noumea, but because of the unrest over there, she's gone down to Eden and Hobart, which I'm gathering was a magical cruise as well. Does look like there's a few people up on deck this morning. Up on the front there. Nowhere near as many as normal though. That front of the ship is normally packed with people. The ship now would be turning around ready to take on new passengers. There'll be a breakfast this morning through the restaurants. And then most people will be disembarking about 8 a.m. through to 9. Breakfast starts from 6:30. But I still see a few people up there. Give a bit of a wave, say hello. It is raining a little bit still, so they're probably all behind that glass in the front there. Yay, Kim. Very excited for you. Yeah, you have to come down. You have to come down to Sydney, Dustin, and cruise with us. Get in on there. There we go. You can see who's on board, who's up on deck. There she is, Kim. She's nearly in port waiting for you. There's our Wonder back in Sydney. That beautiful lit up sign there. Yeah, I can see most people behind that glass. She's going to come past me in a sec, so I will move down the other end because she's coming into Overseas Passenger Terminal. Look at those Mickey funnels. She's a beautiful sight, even in the even with me standing out here in the rain. Oh, this is going to be interesting when I move to try and pick up the tripod with the umbrella as well, but we will do that. Good morning, Wanda. Morning, Wanda. There are a few people out on deck this morning. Spirit jerseys on. And I think that's me. I'm going to move, guys. So I'll just switch cameras so you guys get a better look at her when I move. Sorry, my umbrella's in the way there. Coming into overseas passenger terminal this morning, so she's always very, very close to us when she does that, and I love it because I get to see a really close look at her. Starting to rain a bit now though. That's just the thing, isn't it? It doesn't rain all night, and then when she decides to come in, it starts pouring with rain. Just typical. But there we have it. There she is. Coming past us now. Get in on her so you can see that deck. There she is. There's some people up there for you on deck. Passing the Sydney Harbour Bridge, coming into overseas passenger terminal here in Sydney Harbour is our Wonder. Welcome everyone. Thanks for getting up. I know it is 5:43 in the morning or something. No, 5:33 should I say. Everyone taking photos. Up on deck there. Even though it's raining, no one wants to miss out on this sailing because it's beautiful when she sails in like this. Let's knock back on her so you guys can see as a Manly ferry cuts through. Actually, I think that's the ferry going over to the zoo. A few people on board probably going to work this morning. It is a work day here in Sydney. It's a Friday, so people are going back to work now. But most on holidays, hopefully. Yeah, we did the Honolulu to Sydney cruise in October. It's last year now, a few months back, and I've got to tell you, Dustin, that was a fantastic cruise. Absolutely fantastic. Here's the one that's cutting into overseas passenger terminal now. Well, let's go back and get a little bit closer. There's those Mickey funnels. There's some people on deck as well. Good on them, all out there in the rain, savouring the last moments, last couple of hours of their cruise. And it's been the New Year's cruise this time, so very magical time for everyone on board. Oh, Kim, did you? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that was a good cruise too. Last New Year's Eve, that was great. Had a wonderful time, let me tell you. I'm sure you did as well, Kim. Oh, no problem. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Got my umbrella, so I'm all, and my Spirit jersey on, so I'm all snug this morning. Just trying to hold my umbrella and move the camera around for you guys. Actually, I think it's stopped for the time being, so might just drop the old umbrella for a sec. That's better. Now I can get better control of the camera and show you our beautiful girl. There's the bridge that she's just passed. She will not go under today because she's headed into Overseas Passenger Terminal. Let's get a wide shot of that just so you guys can see. There you go. How beautiful is that screenshot, huh? Look at that. Disney Wonder and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That's one for the thumbnail. That one right there. Beautiful. Seeing her like this. Good morning, Sydney. Good morning, Disney Wonder. And good morning to everyone around the world watching the stream. I realise pretty early for you guys to get up this morning, but it's always the watch back a bit later for you guys. Disney Wonder is back in Sydney. Welcome home, our girl. And she's ours for another couple of months, and lots of beautiful cruises to be had until then. The season is far from over yet, guys. I will keep you focused in now as we come into Overseas Passenger Terminal and the beautiful Sydney skyline. Let's have a look at these people up on deck enjoying themselves. Oops. There they are. I think I'll go around in a sec. Let's get a few photos of her in port for you guys for Disney Cruising Australia on the group. Get a look back at her so you guys can see. There we are. Disney Wonder sitting in Sydney Harbour. There she is. Getting pushed in by the tugboats now. That pilot doing his job, pushing her in with their thrusters. And don't the pilots do a fantastic job every time she comes in? It must be an incredibly hard job to steer such a huge ship. Into Sydney Harbour. But they always do a magical job. There's that twist and spout water slide on board. Seen our daughter Emily go down that many times. So of course, as soon as this is over, we'll have a watch back. And as soon as it's over, you'll be able to see the watch back of her coming in. And also, I'm going to run around and take a couple of photos and post them up to the group this morning. Then I might go and get myself some breakfast. And eat it in front of our girl. But there she is, silently pushing into port now. Won't be long. Yeah, no worries, Dustin. I will. I'll be down here 5 p.m. our time. I think she leaves at 5 p.m. That will be 11 p.m. your time, something like that. Tonight. Your Thursday night, my Friday afternoon. Thanks for joining me here all the way from the United States again. And if I don't talk to you again this season, I miss you. Look, have a wonderful cruise on her in May in Alaska. It's going to be a magical one, I'm sure. Well guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave you. Safely in port, our Wonder is back in Sydney. Welcome to our girl. And we'll be back here this afternoon about 5 p.m. to watch her sail out with some excited passengers, including Kim. Get ready for a fantastic 3-night cruise, Kim. It's going to be absolutely magical for you, I'm sure. But guys, that's it for now. Thank you for joining us this morning. And as always, don't forget to spread the jam.